Direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, I want to thank Jamie Belanger to come in while I rant and rave. I want to get him in on a regular basis for the nightly news, too. I'm going to come show you our new studio here in a minute, since you were last year. But finish up with your story about the 3 different types of cops on average. And then you were kind of ranting about so-called drug interdiction officers.
You know, in cadet class, I looked around and it's almost like you can see the little puppy who's got their tongue dripping and wagging their tail everywhere, and they just want to impress somebody. That's the kind that will run after these rude, brutal cops and do their bidding and be trained by them. It's almost like, Igor to Dr. Frankenstein. Then you've got your guys who have an idea of what's going on. They know how to survive. They know how to make it with the department. They're going to do their job, but they're not going to go overboard and be ugly to the citizens. And then there seemed to be a lower percentage of us that actually went out of our way to help people out. There was more compassion, but you have to balance that with the supervisors wanting you to bring in revenue, wanting to bring in the tickets, the arrest.
So it's just like we blame the TSA, but it's Congress that did it. They're to blame. Exactly. It's the people on top that are doing this.
That's right. And, everybody talks about the brass going to their heads. It's like one of your best friends is a police officer who was a great guy you wanted to make calls with. If things got nasty, he was there with you, but he didn't make them go nasty. But then put some sergeant stripes on him, and all of a sudden he became just like the jerk sergeant he used to complain about. And yet the cool sergeants, the cool lieutenants, they've got to really watch their P's and Q's because those other guys are watching them to snitch on them or get them in trouble anytime they can. It's funny, that analogy about high school, that plays all the way through with the police department. You've got the same thing happening. But when you're recruiting people and training them to use command voice to put fear in somebody, that if a police officer pulls you over and you start questioning like you did about the speed, it's almost like you spit in their face or something. They just go berserk on you, and all of a sudden you're getting arrested. That's not what we need out here. I was mentioning the drug interdiction officers. When I wanted to become a police officer, I thought, I'm going to be helpful to people. When people are having emergencies and they call 911, I'll come running. I'll be like a hero kind of a guy. Instead, a drug interdiction officer has one purpose. That's to seize assets, drugs. But you know what? They even changed the directional enforcement of the laws on these interdiction officers. They don't want them catching the drugs going one direction. They want them catching the money going back towards the border. And that's been revealed in all the states in their...
Sure, they're letting the drugs in. Or they'll say, we found drugs on your money. Let us keep $5,000. We won't indict you, knowing almost all money has drugs on it.
All money.
It's all these ridiculous games.
Yeah, it's a joke. That's why I think that passing some laws, which I don't really, advocate passing more laws, but passing
laws to suppress unconstitutional laws
that will make them use that forfeited money to fix the problem, get people some treatment, get people some job training, open up some opportunities for somebody to get out of it.
Make them get rid of the problem instead of making it bigger.
Exactly. Stop forcing them into gangs.
But every police officer I talk to says the same thing pretty much. They all get it now.
Well, the ones that don't talk to you.
I was about to say, I say all the cops in Austin listen. I guess that's the ones that listen say hi.
Right. That's right. The ones that don't agree with us, they're the jerks. They're waiting to see us have a defective taillight so they can pull us over and shoot us with a taser.
Wow. Have you ever had any of them threaten you?
I've got a bit of a reputation that I don't get threatened. They know who I used to be, and it wouldn't take much to get me back there. I try to be a reasonable person, but I won't let anybody brutalize me or push me around. I can always pass polygraph. If I had to, if it came down to a cop lying on me, I always tell people if I ever get busted for drugs, they planted them, and I'll take whatever testing I have to prove.
Jamie Balagia, come in a few weeks again on the Nightly News and stop by here.
Right.
DWIDude.com. And come in sometime, tell us some cop stories. Those are always interesting.
I'll bring Steve with me.
Yeah. Have both of you in. I'll see you guys now on the news.
Whoa! This is big!
By popular demand, the Freeze Dry Guys giant factory authorized sale has been extended. Now through August.
And prepare per million. And what has been dubbed the survival silver